Welcome to the Babbling Brooke podcast, a show where we talk any and all things related to Brooke High School. I'm your host, Mr. ZAMBITO, joined by my co-host,
FERRELL.
Pierce. It is the end of the year, my friend.
Yes, it is.
And what a year it has been.
It's been a year.
Just to put a ribbon on the 24-25 school year, I had to pull you into school on a day where you're not even supposed to be here.
Not entirely true, but we won't get into the specifics as to why.
Fair enough.
Before you get into your whole spiel about the end of the year, I would just like to say give a huge good luck to all the baseball team members because they're going to the regional final to face off with Fairmont Senior today. I think it's a best of 3.
Yes, it is.
They go down, they play here today, and then they go to Fairmont Senior, and then if they split, they come back here. It'll be a fun one. I might actually go watch one.
Good luck to the baseball team. Hopefully they can get that first win tonight on that beautiful field of theirs.
Yeah, that new field is something else, isn't it?
Oh, it's fantastic. Every person that I speak to among the community or who's seen it on Facebook or online just rave. They rave about it because it looks like a minor league team.
And it doesn't have
quality of their field.
And it doesn't have divots in the ground.
No, quite excellent. Quite excellent. So yes, good luck to the baseball team. Great season. Hopefully they keep it going. I
agree. No, you just continue, Wilmy.
Yeah, no. We are officially at the end of the school year. This is the final week of school, and then we get into summer. And we're going to do this thing all over again, ushering in the 25-26 school year. Hopefully, Pierce, in an actual studio and not in my office.
Well, that is a very big task. That is a very big ask because I don't know if that could happen next year. I hope it does, and I'm certainly praying it does. But on the topic of summer, I've already experienced it before we even recorded this. I got sunburnt yesterday because I went paddleboarding, and I did not put enough sunscreen on. It was a bad idea.
I learned long ago that if you're not reapplying that sunscreen at least every hour, you're doomed to burn. Doomed to burn.
Especially in the high UV rating that was yesterday from what I've heard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it'll get you. Even if the sun's not out, it'll go right through the clouds, and then by the end of the day, you'll see that you're just burnt all over and think, what the heck happened?
And then when you try, but it hurt to put aloe on the burns. It was that bad.
I bet. It's a funny story. I won't get into the specifics, but I've had to teach this to my wife's family.
Oh.
Before we were married, we went on a vacation, and I told everyone, because they have lighter skin than me. I've got more like olivey skin with my, Mediterranean descent. But I told them, if you guys aren't reapplying that sunscreen every hour, and I looked at my wife, who's like pasty white, and I said, every half hour for you, you're going to be very upset the rest of this trip. Lo and behold, no one listened to me, and by the end of day 1, they looked like a family of cherries. And they were miserable.
I look like a strawberry right now for those who... I look like a strawberry. It's not fun.
They do say that the failure is our greatest teacher. So now you know.
I probably will never learn.
No.
I never do. I didn't learn last year. I probably won't learn this year. It's not going to be a fun summer if this keeps happening.
It only took me one major burn when we went on a vacation, and I got a second-degree burn, like it was blistering on my arm.
Oh, a second-degree burn?
Never again.
A second-degree burn, huh? I've never had that before.
It was awful.
How does it feel?
It was awful. It was horrible. Like I said, my arm was blistering.
A blister on...
This is horrible and disgusting, and it'll never happen again.
Yeah, I don't want to even visualize blistering skin. It's horrible.
Well, on the topic of summer and blistering skin, you have any summer plans outside of, what you have to do for basketball season coming up?
Not really anything of specifics yet because we haven't really gone over the entire plan because scheduling's just a nightmare.
Yeah, understood. Well, I will be here at Brooke High School all summer with the other principals, just planning and preparing for next year and, making sure that we can continue at the upward trajectory that we've been on.
That sounds like fun, but I never really...
So much fun.
I never really thought you guys stayed here the entirety of the summer. I thought you guys always just left for home for break whenever you guys were finished.
Nope, not us. No, we have vacation time. We'll take vacation, but we work through the summer, and it's okay. I have come to really appreciate the quiet of summer, with all the rustle and bustle of the school year. The summertime at Brooke High is very much a completely different vibe. Like we'll have summer school starting on the front side of June, and that's still relatively quiet, but it's definitely a completely different atmosphere if you come in during the summer.
I could not like appreciate the quiet more if I was in here.
Yeah.
Being in the peace and quiet just allows you to reset your mind.
But it's a good thing. Everyone is released for break, and exactly that. Refresh, reset, and then we're back at it next year.
To prepare for next year's chaos.
Well, it'll be much better. We are going to have planned episodes. We're going to meet regularly. These things are going to happen. It'll be great.
You will not need to clarify me knocking on the wood here. You will not. You will not need.
Speaks for itself.
You will not need to clarify from you knocking on wood there.
Changing, going to take a left turn here, but like thinking back on this school year, to the top of your mind, any highlights of the year that jump out to you that you might want to speak on?
I cannot remember. I think it was the FBLA conference winning states, or is it a different conference? I don't exactly remember. That was like a while ago.
The FBLA group always rocks it, and we have a state champion cheerleading squad.
We had a state champion gaming squad too, or
the
individuals.
Every time they go out to competition, I'm just expecting them to succeed. Our robotics and drone team rocks it too when they go in competition. They're always placing and they're always winning.
Mockby does a good job with that.
Yeah, so shout out to them because they really do a great job.
I'm not sure if there's anything else on my mind. It's kind of the end of the year and I'm kind of running on blanks here. What about you?
What a crazy year it's been, I think. And we've referenced it on many episodes, but for us, for this podcast specifically, we call it the year of interruptions, the year of delays, with the snow event that we had in January, where we were in school in January all of like 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And then we had the
not too shortly after we got back, the water break.
And then a few months after that, we had the I don't know what you could call that. The storm that took out all the water power.
And then the storm that took out the power. Yeah. I mean, three natural weather events. Two natural weather events, and then one just unlucky event with the water break. But three crazy events like that just took us out of school, took us out of being able to record this show.
Who knows? Maybe we'll appreciate it and say, hey, I wish it was only 3 next year. Who knows?
You never know, and that's kind of the point. We never know what life's going to bring next year. But what we can guarantee you, folks, is that
we'll get at least one episode out next year.
When Pierce and I, when the stars align and the universe says so, Pierce and I will sit at this table, put our microphone in our little cone. That's an inside joke between us. You wouldn't get it. And we will record an episode for your viewing pleasure.
I'm laughing at the inside joke you mentioned because no one will get it. If you guys would like to know, we are using a cone as a mic stand because we don't have a proper studio yet. We are waiting for one.
Maybe the next evolution of our podcast is we'll start filming it, like a lot of podcasts do. That way you can watch a filmed version of the show or just enjoy the audio.
That's at Mr. Elias' discretion.
Yeah, right. I'm partial to just listening. That's my own. When I listen to podcasts, I don't really care to watch it. For me, it is a medium that I enjoy in the car on a drive. Podcasts are like, that's it.
Then you just zone out and just like lose focus, and then you start just driving on your own and just listen and zone completely.
Yeah, honestly, it just kind of takes away from the dullness of the drive, and I'm just my mind is just set on what's being discussed on the episode, and by the time I know it, I'm where I need to be.
It's the magic of time. Time really does fly when you're having fun, yes, or you're really focused.
Well, and for your sake, you're 2 years down.
I hope it doesn't fly at all.
It will. So my advice to you, from principal to students,
to not have fun.
No, have fun, but like cherish the day today, because before you know it, it'll be your name that's called to walk across that stage and get that diploma.
And I will not be happy.
It's going to come soon. I can assure you of that. So you got time. I'm just saying, make the most of it, enjoy it. High school goes fast, and it's a really fun time if you take advantage of the opportunities that are out there.
Speaking of time flies, I remember the first words that Mr. James and you told us when we were freshmen, sitting in that auditorium like first week of school. High school will fly. It does not matter if you think it's going slow. It will fly by whenever you look back.
And 2 years in, what do you think about that?
Could not be more true.
Yeah, it really is. It goes faster than middle school for whatever reason, but it just does. I think because
The older you get, the more you process.
you're getting older, especially if you get involved in the school too. There's so many more things out there for you at the high school level. So the more you're involved, the busier you get. It just makes time go by. It really does. So enjoy it. Enjoy it. You got 2 more years to make the most of it, and we've got 2 more years to refine this podcast as much as possible.
And actually get more than 10 episodes out per year.
Yeah, and then heck, at the end of your senior year, maybe we'll look at you crowning the next student to take on this podcast with me.
Hope that day doesn't come for a very long time.
Well, not for 2 years.
That's not very much time important to you, is it?
No, it's not. But that's enough time for us to make this what we want it and produce some quality episodes next year. I already have some ideas, and I want to make this thing going. This year, it just is what it is. We talked about it. It was an insane year. I'm very grateful for the episodes that we got to record for the time that we had. It will be better next year.
I hope it will. That unfortunately will just about wrap up all the time we have for today's podcast. So on behalf of me and Mr. ZAMBITO, thank you all for listening during the school year.
Happy end to 24-25, and we will see you all in 25-26.
When we see you.
If we see you. Nah, that's a joke. When we see you.